Science and Technology 1, Standard 9th, first chapter that we are going to learn is about laws of motion. When you talk about motion, motion is the change in position of a body with time. You might see substance, object, or human beings or any living organism moving from one place to another in a particular distance, and you call it motion. Now, what is distance and what is displacement, which relates the motion? Distance is an actual length of the path traveled by a body, whereas displacement is the length of the shortest path traveled by the body from initial position to its final position. It means that you have moved one object to another place, and it is called your displacement. Whereas moving an object from a actual length from a starting point till the last point is called as distance traveled. And when an object travel a distance in a particular direction or displacement to the final position, the object is stated to be in a motion. In your previous classes, you might have learned about different types of motion. So, a small recall of different types of motion: circular motion, random motion, periodic motion, oscillatory motion, linear motion, non-linear motion, okay, and so on, etc. So all these motions are as per time and change in time in a particular distance and displacement. Let us see some examples of motion. You can see a train moving, and it is a linear motion. The motion of a ball in a downward direction is also a linear motion. Except this, you may find a bird moving from one place to another place, or a butterfly moving from one flower to another flower can be said as. You might have observed the hands of the clock moving in a circular direction, and such type of motion is called as circular motion. You might have seen a pendulum of a clock moving in the same direction in the same time interval after the same duration, is called as periodic motion. So these are the different types of motion, and their examples which I have mentioned you. We are going to learn about some uniform and non-uniform motions, which is because of equal distance or unequal distance, equal time interval. When you talk about uniform motion, it is a body which travels a equal distance in equal interval of time, and a non-uniform motion is a body travels an unequal distance in an equal interval of time. Let us see some examples. A uniform motion example is movement of the hands of a clock or the movement of the pendulum of a clock, whereas in a non-uniform motion you can see a bouncing ball or a moving asteroid. Next topic we are going to learn, which is related to the speed. Speed is nothing but it is distance upon time. A body that travels in a unit time particular distance is called as the speed of the moving object. So the formula of the speed is equal to distance upon time. Since this has only magnitude, so it is a scalar quantity, whereas the SI unit is meter per second square. You can also write it as a formula with its symbol, such as distance s in a time t. So the speed, that is v, is equal to s upon t. You can see in the picture a car A and a car B. The car A has a higher speed, and it is a grey color car running with the 40 meter per second square speed, whereas a car B is at the position B with a 30 meter per second square speed. So you can say that as the speed of the car increases, the acceleration of that object moving also increases. Now what do you mean by acceleration? We are going to learn it ahead. So acceleration is nothing but it is a rate of change in its velocity. We are going to learn about average speed. Now average speed is nothing but it is a speed that you use to travel a distance. If you keep varying again and again, like if you drive a car to travel from one place to another and you keep on changing your speed, like first in few minutes you have kept the speed like 30 meter per second, then you have changed the speed to 40 meter per second, then later half you have changed to 45, okay, and you have reached the destination. So from your starting point till your end point you have changed the speed twice, so you have to add this speed and then you have to divide it by the time taken by you to travel from a starting point to your final point. And for example, if you are taking 25 seconds or 25 minutes to reach that destination, then the average speed will become 30 plus 40 plus 45 divided by 25 minutes converted into seconds, and there you get what was the speed by you to travel. So average speed is the ratio of total distance traveled to the total time taken to travel your distance. Now as we have seen, the speed keeps on varying and it is related to velocity. We are going to see about velocity. The velocity can be defined as displacement of a body per unit time. So it is displacement, not distance. Speed was distance upon time, but velocity is displacement upon time. As you see, displacement is mentioned, so it has both magnitude as well as direction. So velocity can be calculated as vector quantity. A definition for velocity can also be stated as the quantity which specifies both the direction of a motion and speed is called as velocity of the moving object. So the formula for the velocity is equal to displacement upon time taken to travel that displacement. An example of velocity is given in the picture. Now let us study about the average velocity. Average velocity is the total displacement upon total time. Definition is a ratio of the total displacement to the total time taken to travel that displacement. It also means that the initial velocity, means the starting velocity, and the final velocity, you have to add it up and then you have to divide it by 2 to get an average velocity. Like when you start a vehicle and its starting velocity was 30 meter per second square, and after reaching to your destination it became 50 meter per second square. So you have to add up the first starting velocity and the last ending velocity, initial plus final, and then you have to divide it by 2 so that you can get the average velocity which was used by your vehicle to travel a displacement. Speed and velocity, they have same unit, that is meter per second, and it is a vector quantity because it is having magnitude and direction both as well. So now we are cleared with the terms such as speed and velocity. The speed is distance upon time, whereas the velocity is displacement upon time. So do not get confused in speed and velocity. Speed is a scalar quantity and velocity is a vector quantity because it has both magnitude as well as direction. As we are cleared with the concept of speed and velocity, we are going to go to the new term acceleration. Acceleration is related to velocity. The definition is a rate of change of velocity. It can also be stated as quantity which specifies changes in velocity is called as acceleration. Acceleration has an SI unit meter per second square. The acceleration formula is final velocity minus initial velocity upon 2. The symbol for final velocity is small v and initial velocity is u. Initial velocity means the starting velocity and the final velocity is the end velocity of that moving object. So here, if the velocity of a body changes from initial value u to the final value v in a time t, then acceleration, which is symbolized by small a is equal to v minus u upon 2. The acceleration can be stated into 4 different ways. Example of a car. First one, when a constant direction is there of a car and a speed is increased. So the acceleration is 30 in the given example of the picture final, and the initial is 60. So here what will happen, you are going to use the formula v, that is 30, minus u, that is 60. So the acceleration here will be in a negative term. Whereas if a speed is constant and there is a change in direction, you can see in the picture C. So you can state that the speed while changing the direction remains the same. So initial and final, both the velocities are exactly the same, 30 meter per second, 30 meter per hour. So acceleration will be 0. If you see in picture B, constant direction but the speed is decreased, the final velocity is 60 and initial is 30. So you can say that 60 minus 30, and here you will get a positive acceleration. Whereas in the fourth example, change in direction and the speed is also changed. So you can see again the final is 60 meter per hour and the initial is 30 meter per hour. So you can say again a positive acceleration. So you can change the acceleration in 4 different ways. So the change in speed or direction of an object in a unit time is said to be an acceleration. Acceleration can be 0, negative or positive. Therefore, we can say that it has both direction as well as it has magnitude of positive term and negative term, and it is called as a scalar quantity. So you can change the acceleration when you change a speed. You can change acceleration when you change the direction, and you can change the acceleration when you are changing both the speed as well as in the changes seen in the direction. So the rate of change in velocity is equal to acceleration. The remaining half chapter will be taught you in the next video. Till then, revise it, learn it and understand it, so that you can have no doubt to learn or you to understand the further half of the chapter.